From the Rockville campus of Montgomery College Television presents NJCAA Women's Basketball with the MC Raptors women's team taking on the Owls from Prince George's Community College. Hi everybody, I'm Michael Brown, and joining me at the table tonight is my partner Sean Kobrin. And Sean, we've got a great inter-county matchup here tonight. One of MC's oldest rivals, the PG Owls, are in the house tonight.
That's right, rivalry matchup, but MC comes in red hot, 11-4 overall, undefeated in Maryland JUCO, right at the top of the standings.
And right behind them in the standings are the PG Owls. They're off to a 9-2 start, but PG has only played one game this month. They ended December by getting literally blown out by the top team in the country, CCBC Essex. But that one game that they did play this month was a nice turnaround for them, as 11 days ago they took care of Anne Arundel quite easily.
Yeah, it's a get healthy game, but talk about stay healthy. MC just beat Allegheny by 92 points in their last matchup. Izzy Lujan-Gonzalez had 30 points in that matchup, and there were 3 other players who scored 20 points in that game. So MC comes in real hot into this game.
And we'll see if they can keep their momentum going tonight. They'll have their hands full doing so, but we can't wait to see what happens. We're just moments away from the start of the game. Stick with us. You're watching Raptors basketball on MC TV.
Want to know how MC professors present topics? Listen to one and learn about images that come from the James Webb Telescope. She'll explain it and why it matters.
High quality education at a low cost. Montgomery College.
And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Michael Brown alongside my partner, Sean Kobrin. We're just about set to get game one of our doubleheader underway. Let's take a look at the starters for the Owls from Prince George's Community College. We've got number 1, Janiyah Williams, Miranda Carey, Vanessa Schwartzman, Alicia Jones, and number 23, Tori Tolson.
And the head coach of PG is Devin May.
And now let's take a look at the starters for the Montgomery College Raptors. Got Denasia Moore at guard, Tiana James at guard, Bethany Fowler at forward, Kalia Boykin at guard, and Tamira Timmons at guard.
And, of course, the head coach of the MC Raptors is Tarla Gasquet. She's in her 17th year. Assistants Pat Carden, Rhonda Jackson, Armani Lomax, and Frances Phillips.
And our 3 officials are Michelle Rather, Yolanda Williams, and Lee Carter. And we are set to get underway. And there's the tip-off. The Raptors win the tip. And they're on the attack. That's Tiana James, the Raptors' leading scorer, with the basketball.
Mike, will be interesting to see the defensive matchup for each of these players. Who's going to guard James? And then who's going to be guarding the leading scorer for PG, Vanessa Schwartzman?
Number 5 out there. There's a look. Number 1, that's Janiyah Williams. She misses. Bethany Fowler with the rebound. James pushing it up the court. The Raptors like to play an up-tempo style. And there's Denasia Moore with the miss. Follow-up, no good. Good hustle rebound there by Tamira Timmons, but she stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, great hustle by the Raptors on that first possession. Owls not finishing the plays just yet. Box out is not seen. See if they get into the rhythm of this game, if they can get some rebounds here.
Long rebound comes out to Moore, ahead to Leah Boykin.
Boykin, great job running the middle of the floor. Sealed off her defender, so she got that easy layup right there.
Ooh, almost a steal there. Wide open in the corner for the three, short. Fowler with the rebound. Ahead to Boykin, she slashes and she's fouled.
Michael, got to be impressed with how Boykin's run the floor a couple times. Ran the middle of the floor, sealed off her defender on the layup that we got last time, and this time caught the ball decisively, went right to the basket, didn't let the defense close on her, and here she has at the line. Chance for two more.
Sophomore out of Clarksburg High School. Returning player. Getting a lot of looks from four-year schools, we understand.
You can see why, Michael. Just three possessions, but the little things, the footwork, the positioning on the floor, especially at the speed of the game, making great decisions in real time.
Williams into the corner. Alicia Jones. Raptors on the run again. Ahead to Fowler. Nice job changing hands there.
Yeah, that's a block on one end, run the floor, get the ball back, ready to reward your big right there. Fowler already a couple rebounds, a block, and 2 points right there. And here's the steal.
And Moore with the bucket. So the Raptors off to a quick 8-0 lead. Their defensive pressure is really bothering the Owls. Another steal. Moore ahead again for the easy two.
Michael, watch, it's a high 1-2-2 pressure here. You can get some patient passes to the wing and back to the middle.
Well, they don't press, but their half-court defense, according to Tarla Gasque, is very intense and very aggressive.
So, Michael, what do you give up when you spread out the floor? You give up those long passes, but when you scramble as a defense and rotate, good things happen. So a great job rotating over by Tori Tolson that time. Drew the charge, or apologies, by Tamira Timmons. Drew the charge over there, and ball right back to the Raptors. Already up double digits.
And just barely four turnovers already for Prince George's. Couple of steals for the Raptors. There's James, puts it up. And that's one of the reasons why she leads the Raptors in scoring with 20 points a game.
Yeah, defense is settled there. Just go get yourself a bucket. Give the other players a rest right now because they are running the floor once again.
Another turnover. We trade turnovers. Ooh, that's a charge there on number 20, Alicia Jones.
That's already two drawn by Timmons. Those are those little things that help you win a game, Michael. They're up 12-0, could very well be 12-4, which feels a lot different if not for those two charges drawn on the low block.
And Schwartzman for PG has maybe touched the ball once. She's their leading scorer.
Right, we were really interested in seeing the work that she would do. They haven't gotten her a touch yet.
Into Fowler. Nice cut. Nice little play there as Kalia Boykin with another bucket. Boykin averages 16.3 a game.
You know what's impressive, Michael, and what helps? A lineup with four sophomores, they know where each other is. That last play was almost a blind pass from Fowler, but she just knew where her teammate was coming across the lane. Here it is right here, coming across. You know your teammate's cutting to that other side of the post. Just look right up, get it to her, easy bucket.
There's Schwartzman, and she sinks it. So PG finally gets on the board on a three ball from Vanessa Schwartzman.
Schwartzman's showing some fire, and she's a 40% shooter from three, so she doesn't need to touch the ball low. Get it out there, soften up the defense a little bit if you're PG.
She's their top. We got an injury on the floor, and there's a timeout.
Fowler went hard at the basket. Good non-call by the refs and a great contest as well. But looks like the player got just a little bit of contact to her face.
Looked like she was favoring that right leg.
Yeah, here she is.
Ooh, the two Owls ran into each other.
Yeah.
Looked like they did hit heads.
A little bit of late help from the defense. Best of intentions, but colliding with each other.
And for the Raptors now is number 5, Camille Martin. No other substitutions.
So this is how deep the Raptors are. Martin is a co-captain, and she's coming off the bench as the 6th woman. Good rebounder, good shooter. And you can see she's playing low in the zone. Even though she doesn't have a lot of height, she's an excellent defender against bigger players.
Yeah, that's her forte.
So no timeout on that injury. The refs get the players back on the court as soon as they're ready, and then Devin May wants to draw up a play here, get the players composed. Good job by him. Get a couple injuries, obviously a little bit rattled with a 13-point deficit. See if they can get themselves a bucket here.
Yeah. It looks like they're working on the knee of the one of the Owls that was involved in that collision. PG right now just 1 for 4 from the field.
But PG has this chance. They have the injury, never a great opportunity, but they get to catch their breath. They get this timeout on top of it. And what happens after you've played against this pressure for a few possessions? Do you calm down? Do you find the holes in the zone? It looks like PG is well placed to get some good passes. MC's got to step up and defend.
Raptors are 7 for 8 from the floor. So talk about a hot start.
And it's all the defense that's coming. The hard closeouts. One pass away is being defensed really well, denying that pass.
Oh, there's more great defense. Number 23, Tamira Timmons, really in the face of the Owl player there.
Against pressure like that, you really got to work together. Set a screen away from the ball. Make a hard V cut. Get yourself open. Nice take right there.
And they ran out of time. Ball did not touch the rim before the clock went off.
No, Lisa Jones finally found a seam in the defense. Just couldn't get it on the rim there.
James with the ball, brings it up the floor. Leading scorer for the Raptors. There's Moore. She's hit, no foul called. Here comes Schwartzman, leading the break. Right there with her is Moore. No good by Carey. Battle for the ball over here on the sidelines, and they're going to call jump. Possession arrow to PG.
But Michael, the hustle by Denasia Moore, she's on the floor. Easy to take yourself out of the play, and the ball gets low. She just gets a hand out there, draws the jump ball.
A lot of hustle on these Raptors so far. Another turnover for Prince George's. Six turnovers so far for PG. And in for the Raptors is Isabella Luan Gonzalez. Everybody calls her Izzy, so we will too.
Yeah, Izzy had those 30 points in the last game. Coming in, bringing the ball up the court here. Looks like she'd probably be the primary option on this inbound play.
We're told she's a fun player to watch, so we're looking forward to seeing her in action. James. Oh, nice shot.
That's 2 for her. Just a good scorer in the lane. Gets her feet set, knows where that basket is, and gets a competitive shot up there.
18-3 Raptors.
More active hands, Michael.
Raptors are just not giving them any room to breathe in the half court.
Great take there.
Kalia Boykin has it taken away by Schwartzman. And foul on Schwartzman.
Schwartzman just trying to do it all by herself, and you can understand that. Leading scorer.
Team down by 15 early, trying to get them back in it, but ran into the foul.
So Michael, this is what's difficult. You go up 18-3 to start the game. Great run to start. Have a few subs come in. Can you keep that intensity? So far, absolutely for the Raptors.
Boykin, no good. Battle for the rebound, and Prince George's comes up with it. That's number 10, Kelsey Valaire. And foul on the Raptors. And that's going to be on Izzy Gonzalez.
It's Miranda Carey, one of 2 players from Upper Marlboro on the team. High school teammates and now junior college teammates with Vanessa Schwartzman. So a lot of chemistry between those 2. I don't know if this is a savvy move, Michael, but another key one. Buy a little bit more time on the floor while the clock is stopped.
Let everybody get their breath. As the Raptors, as always, playing a very up-tempo style. They will push it at every opportunity. And traditionally, I don't know about this year, but traditionally that has been Prince George's style as well.
Which can work against you when you're playing against an extended zone. You have to be patient. You have to have a little bit more individual play. Like I said, can we screen off the ball? Can we get a hard cut and get to that ball first and get the defense moving? If you're playing up-tempo, you want to go north-south as much as possible.
Schwartzman from deep. No good. Gonzalez with the rebound, and she's fouled. And she will be shooting as, of course, the women's game is played in quarters. And you can get into the penalty pretty quickly.
Well, more defense becoming offense, Michael, right? Because 2 of those team fouls were on charges. So just being tough with the ball, you know, two fouls to 3 fouls in the regular flow of play, but more defense becoming offense in kind of the non-traditional way.
Missed the second one. Carey, good.
So there's that up-tempo, Michael.
Yeah.
Get north-south, look for a teammate, get the kick out, get it to your best shooter. Another 3 for Schwartzman.
She's been the offense. There's James with the left hand.
So she's got the right-hand finish, the right-hand bank, and now the left-hand finish. 3 great drives from James.
She's 3 for 3 from the floor so far. And there's a travel. Another turnover on the Owls. That's 9 turnovers in the first quarter.
Too many, obviously.
Yeah.
Here's that drive by James. But so you can see that PG is starting to adjust to that zone. They're finding the seams, but can you execute? Can you find that pass before you take that extra step?
Oh, that was so close. And that'll put Boykin on the line.
3 offensive rebounds on that possession.
Kalia Boykin, a sophomore out of Clarksburg. Misses her first. She's a 58% foul shooter.
So, Michael, I know we're on TV, don't want to give away too many trade secrets, but it seems like the only way that you can kind of stop the Raptors is muck up the game and send them to the line. It's the only place that they have not been outstanding as a team, about 60% as a team from the line so far this season.
Right.
Of course, you can't foul a team too much if they're just running past you.
And there's Gonzalez. (24-7). Another steal. And that's Eve Weeks. Eve Weeks is now in the game for the Raptors, number 15. Strong player.
Another loose ball offensive rebound. Great follow by Gonzalez there.
Second chance points are so important, and they can be so demoralizing for the other team. There's Weeks. Strong move. I see James limping a little bit. Hopefully nothing serious there.
Looks like she got it involved in the little pile up as the rebound was coming off.
May have gotten kneed in the thigh.
You know, and even with no angle there, she made that a 50-50 rebound. Almost got it off PG to keep the ball.
Just over a minute to go in the quarter.
So here's Lujan Gonzalez, little hand on. Not a lot there, but she definitely did get the advantage by having that hand check.
Denasia Moore checks back in for the Raptors. Nia Williams from the top of the key, no good. Gets her own rebound, drives, no good. And Moore runs down the rebound. Here comes the Raptors pushing it.
Great adjustment by, as we see another drive there. Going back to the right hand, comfortable hands.
James said, hey, they're going to give me the lane, I'll take it.
Why not? But Raptors here now back to a couple possessions in man and back to the zone. Just when PG was adjusting, play a couple possessions man to man, have the team have to play their regular offense, and here they were right back to that overplay zone.
Shot from the corner for three, off the rim, no good. Battle for the rebound. Valaire, no good. Fowler with the rebound. 17 seconds to go in the quarter. Cross-court pass, Moore for three. In and out, no good. Good rebound by Weeks. No good. Had it partially blocked. And that is the end of the quarter. So the Raptors, with a comfortable first quarter lead, they lead 26-7. We'll be right back with the second quarter after this. gentlemen, welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Michael Brown alongside Sean Kobrin. Get a good look at the Raptors bench there as we just about set to get the second quarter underway. Raptors on top 26-7 as they really blitzed Prince George's in the first quarter.
They could do almost no wrong in that quarter, Michael. So James already 4 for 5. Bunch of trips to the line. A lot of steals by MC. So we talked about the turnovers, 5 steals, and those led to points pretty much every trip. So you think about that, if PG can take care of the ball a little bit more, they can settle this game a little bit. Raptors have scored pretty much just with James in the half court taking it to the hole. So get a little bit of help defense, take care of the ball, and you got yourself a chance.
Raptors starters are back out. There's Moore with a bucket.
And there's that up tempo working against you, right? Don't try to throw through hands. Throw a cross court pass like right here.
There's Moore again with a steal. Boy, she is just so active out there.
What a great idea to pitch ahead there. Nice touch pass.
And the Raptors stepped out of bounds. Not sure.
Looks like they called it out.
So it's Prince George's ball. And here's Schwartzman. It was pretty much the Owls' offense in the first quarter. Shot no good. Battle for the rebound. See who they call that on. Looks like they're going to call it on Prince George's.
Coming back to MC.
Number 20, Alicia Jones with the foul.
MC just a little bit quicker to the ball everywhere you go. So on that last play, we saw Vanessa Schwartzman get to the ball and get that give and go, right? Can they do that for a full possession? They got a good shot, but then the offensive rebound too late, and they draw the loose ball foul.
Pass inside is taken away by Prince George's. Here comes Schwartzman ahead. Back to Schwartzman for 3. In and out, no good. Good rebound. Keeps the ball alive. And there's a 3 for Janiah Williams. At least in the early going, Sean, I agree with you. I think MC is a much quicker team.
Right. What does that quickness do? Forces mistakes. So that was about the easiest pass that PG has had in the full court, but just an unforced error in that case.
James with the inbound.
Last bucket here. Rare offensive rebound. Collect. Drill that bucket. Keep PG within striking distance.
And almost a steal there by Williams. Raptors inbounding it. That's number 22, Kalia Boykin. Gets it into James. Raptors out of the, there's a three-pointer, a little long.
I think that's a win for PG. They took a step off of her, turned her into a shooter. I would much rather see her take jump shots than driving to the basket at this point.
Yeah, she's been unerring driving to the hoop. There's going to be a travel. Raptors will inbound it.
Unsung so far, Kalia Boykin playing defense on Schwartzman. Really not letting her get anything outside of those three-point shots or catches outside. Had one good give and go, but really making it tough for her to get anything going outside of shooting.
Boykin getting battled there. Oh, gets it away. Nice look to Fowler. Great ball movement by the Raptors.
Great composure on the broken play. That's where those unforced errors can occur. But where's an open teammate? Where's another open teammate? And off we go.
Nobody forced anything. Here they come again, up by 20. Deep three for Kalia Boykin. Nothing but net. There's Schwartzman from way downtown, and she missed everything.
Yeah, might be pressing a little bit here.
Well, they can see the scoreboard just like we can. And we've got
Boykin spotted up in transition, hits that three. And that's where team chemistry really helps out, right? Boykin could have had a turnover that last possession, right? But she hustled. Teammates moved to get her open for her. She got kind of the hockey assist on that play. Next trip down, gets the ball, confident shot. Those little things where your teammates step up for you really help you when you get back into the flow of play. Instead of just dribbling it off her foot, getting a steal, hanging your head for a second, all of a sudden she's helped made a play, and then she has that three on the next trip going down. Like we talked about, playing great D also.
Raptors on the run again. Here's James driving to the hoop. Stop and pop.
What a great read.
Yeah, she saw the defender cutting across in front of her, pulled up. Now there was a nice look.
Good tempo by PG, taking that opening. The rare time the Raptors weren't set on defense, and they took advantage of it.
And fed Tolson for the two. Boykin, nice touch. Nice touch.
Yeah, precision and art right there.
There's the drive, going to be a foul. And that'll put Miranda Carey on the line.
This could be helpful for the Raptors, Michael. Two defensive possessions in a row where they were a little bit softer than they've been, right? Open layup and then late help leads to these free throws. Catch your breath, get the ball back on offense, get yourself a bucket, get set on defense.
Makes the first. Carey is a 60% foul shooter. Sophomore guard out of Upper Marlboro. Comes Boykin. Back to James. Fowler. Tough pass inside, picked off by PG. Comes Carey. Has it taken away. Up ahead to James. Ooh, missed it. Nice defense by Schwartzman to prevent that bucket.
So that early step made James have to try to make a play.
Right.
Almost put it in still.
She had to make a heck of an adjustment there, and it still almost got it to go.
Right.
And foul on the Raptors, but not a shooting foul. There's a little bit of a miscommunication.
Yep, anticipating just to give right back to the player. Instead, cuts the basket, no one's home.
15 turnovers in the first half for Prince George's. That cannot make their coach happy.
No.
Boykin, little long. Raptors have cooled off just a tad. Schwartzman, no good. Battle, foul. That's going to be on the Raptors. And that'll put Tori Tolson on the line. Foul is on Desire Coleman, number 21.
So the great move by Coach Gasquet here. The last few possessions, Raptors haven't been quite as fresh. Settled for a three-point shot when at this point you are up 23 points. Make that other team defend you because PG's starting to feel it a little bit, starting to push that ball. Make them play 30 seconds of defense, get yourself a better shot. Those threes, those threes where you're just standing out there, they're going to be open 10 seconds later. Move that ball a little bit, make them play defense so they can't just run. But a lot of fresh legs on the court now for the Raptors. It's our first look at Eve Weeks, freshman guard. Boykin with a miss there, but interior foul line jump shot, that's one you can take. That's a quick shot, that's quite all right. Michael, we got to, I wouldn't say we met with, but Desire Coleman met with us before the game. She was volunteering to be the post-game interview. She was volunteering for Mic'd Up.
Yep.
So
quite a personality.
Yeah, we've been talking about these extra things, these little things that help teams go. When you have one of those players, whether a starter or someone coming in off the bench that has that personality, that makes sure that you're having some fun on the court and off the court, that really helps the team's chemistry.
It's a game. You know, it's a game after all. 37-16, Raptors, 4 minutes to go, just over 4 minutes to go in the half. It's been Raptors all the way from the opening tip. Have yet to trail. Jumped out to a 10-0 lead. And that's nothing but air.
That's another settled shot, right? The three-point shot was open, but so was a 12-foot shot. You're not going to get back in the game just nailing a lot of threes. You need a lot of baskets to get back in this game.
Yeah.
Take a good shot on that possession.
Not every shot has to be a three.
And there's definitely not a 20-point shot out there right now.
No. They haven't changed the rules that much.
This is a big stretch for PG, though. Down 19 right now, right? You started out pretty much down double digits. In PG's mindset, they spotted the other team a double-digit lead. If they can make a little, chip away 5 points at this lead in the next few minutes, you feel like you're in this game.
Yeah, you feel like they have a chance going into the locker room.
Kind of reverse situation for MC. They've cooled off a little bit, and you can't expect that you're going to score every possession like the Raptors were or get a steal every possession. The other team has something to do with that. But a couple empty possessions here. Can MC get something going on offense and get themselves a good shot?
More from way outside. No good. Rebound. Tolson. Strong move for the bucket.
Nice read there by Tolson. Gets 2 feet in the lane. Defense backs off her. I'm going to take this easy shot.
Very strong-looking player, Tolson. Out of Clinton, Maryland. There's more. Nice dish. But Boykin couldn't get it to drop. Boykin tries with the steal, does get a hand on it. Here come the Raptors.
Great hustle with the back tap.
There's more from three, long. Battle for the rebound. Tamara Timmons on the battle there for the Raptors. Good look at her. Tamara's out of Westlake High School, sophomore. Last 3.5 minutes, the Raptors are just 1 for 8 from the floor.
And Michael, some of that's settling for those shots, and some of it's just getting a little bit cold. The last shot, the three-pointer, that was a rhythm one. That's Montgomery College's regular offense. Just a miss right there.
There's Schwartzman from three, in and out. Ball was halfway in there. Weeks with a hustle play, couldn't quite get it to work.
But good heads up by Weeks, right? How many players would just leave that on the court and that becomes a shot for PG? Pick it up, take the turnover, and then play some defense.
And she picks up the foul. And That will put Janiyah Williams at the line. Williams is a 61% foul shooter.
Look where she's set up, Michael, on the right side of the foul
Very
line.
interesting. She averages a double-double for the Owls. 12.7 points and 11.7 rebounds.
I like a creative solution. So she comes into the game shooting 58%. So clearly not someone who makes a lot of free throws. Maybe that works for her. First shot, nothing but net. Second shot looked decent.
Raptors on top.
Yep.
And nice tie up there.
Great recognition.
Desire Coleman.
So the Raptors have not had a trap situation yet, but when you dribble to that side, it's great recognition by the defense. That's exactly where you should double. Sideline is your third defender. Tough for the offense to make a play there.
One thing I'm convinced of here, Sean, is if you don't play defense for the Raptors, you're not seeing a whole lot of time on the court.
No, I would certainly agree with that, because we've seen the offense here, players making some choices that Coach Gasquet might not be absolutely happy with, but the defensive intensity has stayed throughout the game.
Tiana James, she's a 70% foul shooter. Averages 20.8 points per game. And 3.5 steals and 3.8 assists.
So with both those makes, it's now 39-13. Back to that 18-point spread. So, Michael, we're talking about MC as if they might be down in this game, but we talked about this stretch. It's still an 18-point game when we talked about it being key for PG with a 19-point game. Can they push it back to 20 right here?
Coleman with the bucket. Nice feed by James.
And nice to see it go in for Coleman. She's had a couple good drives where the shot was a little bit flat, but good decisions by her. Now she's got a bucket right there. Good strong take by Carey there, just everything but the finish. Oh, heat check over here.
Wow, James.
Hey, remember I said I was okay with turning Tiana James into a jump shooter? That might have been a bad tactical decision by me. 1 for 2 from outside. Just killing it inside. I'm really not sure how you stop her tonight.
Well, she was the leading scorer last year as well. So, out of Princess Anne High School. Almost at halftime. We've got something special coming up for you at halftime. We'll talk a little bit more about it before we go to break, but you don't want to go anywhere at halftime, folks. Special video coming up. .27 seconds to go in the half.
Zone look by PG in this last possession.
Fowler, no good. Schwartzman for 2 inside the arc. Rebound, Raptors, here they come. 6 seconds to go. James on the run, no good. And that's the half. So after one half of play, the Raptors up 44-21. And like I said, stick with us for halftime because we've got a special volleyball video to show you. Back in November, the Raptors women's volleyball team won the NJCAA Mid-Atlantic District Championship and punched their ticket to nationals. And MCTV's Daniel Swerk went with the team to Grand Rapids, Iowa, and he put together a wonderful video. We're premiering it tonight. It's called Raptors on the Road. We're going to show you part 1 during the women's game. Part 2 will be coming up at halftime in the men's game. And we'll be back after that. You're watching Raptors basketball on MCTV.
The excitement awaits. Welcome to Division II volleyball. 16 teams with an opportunity to win a national championship. All matches will be played at Alliant Energy Powerhouse Arena in Cedar Rapids.
Look at me, take a picture, it'll last longer. The mirror on the wall say I'm getting stronger. Ayo, the mirror don't lie. Ayo, the mirror don't lie. Look at me, take a picture, it'll last longer. The mirror on the wall say I'm getting stronger. Ayo, the mirror don't lie. Ayo, the mirror don't lie. Look at me, take a picture, it'll last longer. The mirror on the wall say I'm getting stronger. Ayo, the mirror don't lie. If you want the truth, don't close your eyes.
Oh, the games this week are gonna go like really great. Definitely gonna take down the #1 seed. Let's go Raptors.
I've told them since the beginning of the season, like, you have to practice and be able to play in the big game. Like, that's what you prepare for, that's where you want to be, and essentially this is the biggest games you can play in. Last year when we got here, you know, they were prepared, they were going to shock the world, and first match we were shell-shocked, 100%. Like, we hadn't seen anything to this level of competition before.
I tried to tell other people on my team, you know, like, don't be surprised, these are the best of the best that we're playing.
We had a better record, I would say, than this year. And so coming in, we thought, oh, like, we can take on any team.
I remember the whole team got in the elevator and there was 3 or 4 players from Cali, and all my girls just looked up and they were all way taller than us, and I was like, oh, well, okay.
We went to nationals and all of a sudden these Amazon women are coming and hitting us in the face. And it was crazy, but now we have our own Amazons. And we went to Florida and we got more experience and we harnessed that and we put it into play. It's game day!
Good afternoon here on the NJCAA Network, and we welcome you to the Alliant Energy Powerhouse Arena in Cedar Rapids for the 2022 Volleyball Championship, as we have #1 seed versus the #16 seed Montgomery Raptors. In that first set, Montgomery hit 438 and still lost 25-12 because Johnson County hit 750. Montgomery County, they get 4 from Babb, who hit 571. Federline with 2 and Jackson with 2, and she was perfect. And that's how it ends. An overpass, Troutman, 11. 25-11 was the third. Finishes out 19 kills for Montgomery.
I'd say with that type of game, since we're the 16th seed and they're the 1 seed, that's the kind of game where you go in and just think to yourself, I have nothing, like, we have nothing to lose, you know? Like, we come out and all we can do is impress people by getting points against them, since they are such a good team. The girls were devastated and upset, but we had 19 kills. We had a positive hitting percentage. There was a lot of positive things that came out of that first game, and they didn't see it, but Dan and I saw the improvement from last year.
Like, after today, I was hungry today, and
you're starving.
Yeah, now I'm starving. Like now I really, really, really want this. Like I want to.
Is this NASA image fake? How are colors used to inform? And what is light really? She'll explain it and why it matters.
I love the diversity at Montgomery College.
Do you live in a food desert or swamp? Do you know the difference? What they are might surprise you. She'll explain it and why it matters.
And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Michael Brown alongside Sean Kobrin. We're at the half of the first game of our doubleheader. The Montgomery College Raptors holding a strong lead over the Prince George's Community College Owls, 44-21. Let's take a quick look at some of the key stats from the first half, Sean.
Yep. Looks like the key difference here, we can see the shooting, right? Raptors taking good shots and making good shots. The Owls, even when they had a chance to get some good shots, they missed a few of those layups in the first half, Michael, and that's a big difference. Another one that we don't see here, the steals. Raptors have 9 steals, led by Denasia Moore with 3 and Tamara Timmons with 2. And we know a lot of those early steals were stealing scores. So defense to offense, real quick. All of a sudden, the Owls are blitzed and they're down in that double-digit hole.
Well, they fell into a 10-0 hole, and they were never really able to dig out. However, they did play, I would say, much better the last 5-6 minutes of the first half.
Yeah, definitely. Here's one of those stealing scores that we just talked about, right? Easy steal, and that's a 1-for-1 bucket, right? It's easy to shoot a high percentage when you're getting those looks. PG with a good 3 to get back in it. One of Schwartzman's 2 threes in the half.
Tiana James with another great drive.
She was doing it inside and outside. She had that deep 3 with the heat check. Here's another steal and score right there.
There's Williams for PG.
And confident 3 here in the corner. Pitch that head in transition. Get your feet set. Get that shot up. Late finish there by Tori Tolson, and another one there.
Another
Tolson,
one by Tolson.
6 points, and they came late in the half too to try to keep PG in the game. And there's that deep bomb by James right there. The heat check at the end. Coach Gasquet got to be real happy with the margin here. I would imagine she challenged her team, though, to see if they can start the second half like they started the first half, right? If they can make this early run, that makes it a really tough game to stay competitive from PG's standpoint. Conversely, if PG can kind of keep it within around 20 points, maybe chip away a little bit, they have that mindset that they can continue to chip away.
Well, the Raptors came out of the started the game like they've been shot out of a cannon. I mean, they were on fire right from the get-go. They had a 10-0 lead before most of the fans had even settled into their seats, it seems. And they just kept it going. But again, the last 4 or 5 minutes of the half, Prince George has played much better basketball.
Yeah, it's just the discipline, the focus, and frankly getting settled in a little bit. PG mostly sticking with their starters, MC rotating in some reserves, getting a little bit fatigued on defense, and you can't blame them with how hard they play on defense. So you're going to have those stretches where you're not all out intensity. It's only natural when you're playing 100 miles per hour.
And they were. They don't press much, but boy, once the opponent gets the ball over the timeline, boy, all bets are off. That defense just comes alive.
Well, I think Coach Gasquet has empowered her players to make a lot of decisions on defense. So you can see a lot of times when the defensive team got the rebound, there was a 2-woman press in the backcourt trying to get a quick steal or get the other team flustered. We saw the trap along the timeline by the coaches, just a smart play by the defense. There was the extended 1-2-2 zone with players rotating and scrambling. We saw a guard rotate to the block and take a charge, and then rotating to that man defense where they were really intensively guarding one pass away. And it's when you're looking between how the Raptors play man and zone, it's a little bit of a disguise. It's hard to see. The Raptors have the other team scattered pretty well, so they were helping off the non-shooter, so it looks a little bit like a zone when they were even in their man look. So let's see how they come out here. Looks like they're in their 1-2-2 again.
And Prince George's will inbound, and we're underway here in the third quarter.
See, as I say that, we're chasing a player, so we're that rotation man.
There's a 3, too long, rebound Prince George's, and there's Tolson. Tolson was the top scorer for the Owls in the first half. The Raptors, there's more from deep, no good, battle for the rebound, and here comes Alicia Jones. Takes it all the way and up and in.
So we talked about in the first half not finishing layups. That was a good finish. Early timeout by Coach Gasquet. Good idea because PG's come out with a little bit of fire and frankly a little bit flat by the Raptors to start that half.
Yeah. And they cut the lead. They scored the first 4 points of the half.
So here's the difference. Defense is set, but is she ready to move at all? She's just ready to draw a charge if the player doesn't make a play at all. Really good read by the offensive player. Just scoot around or get that layup.
Good look at Denasia Moore. It was a good look at Tarla Gasquet. Kalia Boykin inbounding it right in front of us, and we're back in action. James to Moore, in and out.
So that's the first time we've seen some pick and roll action by the Raptors, but still passing off of that action into the corner for the three. We'll see if they run the pick and roll again, where they would look more to set up a drive for the player with the ball.
Shot from way outside, no good. The original starters are back in for both teams. So for Prince George's, that's number 1, Janiyah Williams, number 2, Miranda Carey, number 5, Vanessa Schwartzman, number 20, Alicia Jones, and number 23, Tori Tolson.
And good to see for PG, Michael. Remember in that first half, there was that collision where 2 of the starters had to sit for an extended period of time. So nice to see that they're healthy, ready to play, and coming out with a little bit of fire.
For the Raptors, it's number 1, Denasia Moore, number 2, Tiana James, number 3, Bethany Fowler, 22, Kalia Boykin, and 23, Tamira Timmons.
We've got an offensive foul with a push off on the drive.
Yeah, there it came.
Definitely extended the elbow a little bit there. Big defensive possession for the Raptors.
Carey, who was one of those injured in the first half. It's good to see her back out there.
This could be the momentum starter, right? 3-second possession that came up empty with the jump ball. Can the Raptors get a bucket and get their own little run here?
Whistle on the floor. Not sure what this is about. No change of possession. Could be a clock issue. Not sure. Regardless, Raptors with the ball. Boykin. Raptors have yet to score in the second half. Rebound by Fowler. Nice outlet to James over in the corner.
I think the defensive intensity is picking up around a little bit. Good take right there. As I saw that, I thought Denasia Moore had that chase down, but a really good take going to the other side of the rim.
That was Miranda Carey. So Prince George has outscored the Raptors 6-0 here to start the second half. Comes a sub in for Prince George's.
Danielle Ellerby into the
number
game.
11. Out of Brandywine, Maryland, Surrattsville High School. James with the drive, no good. One shot and Prince George is doing a much better job rebounding. That's got to be a charge.
Definitely right there.
Out of control.
So, Michael, as Izzy Lujan Gonzalez comes into the game, what PG is doing right now is they're packing it in, right? All those three-pointers are open that are allowing MC to take because they're not making a lot of them. The drives to the basket are difficult because you have a lot of bodies in there. Can you get a drive and then can you kick it back out so you get that rhythm shot?
By the way, that's the third foul for Alicia Jones. Raptors a deeper team, so Prince George's cannot afford foul trouble. Boykin, she's fouled. Raptors still looking for their first point of the second half.
A good take by Boykin here, but look on the right side of the screen. You can see that Timmons is open. That's that rhythm shot that I'm talking about, right? That was a force there. A lot of ball there on that foul, and we're getting points here. But could you pitch that over to Timmons for that easy bucket?
Makes them both.
No difference here as they get the 2 points, and now they're extending full court, Michael.
And this is a rarity. And they get they get the tie up on the trap. Close the trap on Alicia Jones.
What a great button for Coach Gasquet to push, right? The defense is a little bit lax to start the half. Well, let's extend it. We got to run around now.
Schwartzman from three, offline.
Here's that defense to offense.
Ahead to Gonzalez. Nice feed. Schwartzman has it stolen. Boykin ahead to James. Now they set up the offense. James with the drive, in and out.
So, Michael, the beauty of the press is that you don't always have to get a steal. The Owls actually beat that press rather easily, but it got them sped up. They had that three-pointer that was bricked, and then they had a pass that was open but just thrown poorly. And then the Raptors come back the other way, got two easy baskets, just pitching it back down the floor. Just change the tempo, change the mindset of the other team, and good things happen like this.
There's a steal by Timmons. Oh my goodness, it didn't go.
Numbers now for PG.
And now it's getting a little crazy out there. Timmons to Gonzalez. That slowed it down.
That's a heartbreaker for PG. A great momentum play for MC.
And that was the 20th turnover of the game for Prince George's.
Good teamwork right there. What we didn't see was Bethany Fowler hustling back, getting the back tap, turns into those two passes.
22nd. Let me correct that. 22 turnovers for Prince George's. We have a very strong statistician team joining us tonight. We've got Evan Brown, and we've got Ben Kobrin.
Some father-son combination at the table here.
Father-son, yeah. There they are.
Humble statisticians. They're just doing their job over there. Feeding us good numbers for inside the game for sure.
That is for sure.
But you think about those turnovers, Michael. In some games players take over. In some games talent matters. In some games people make shots. This is a really great coaching game by Coach Gasquet. The players obviously made those plays early, but as PG is chipping away, Coach Gasquet is changing that defense in different ways to get PG in a hurry. Not allow them to get comfortable in this game, because you saw they were ready. They were settled into this second half, and here we are, still a 23-point game.
Well, and the 5 turnovers by Prince George's in this quarter, and I think the majority coming in the last minute and a half. tell a big part of that story. And back with the full court pressure. Loose ball, look out. She gets it over the line. And they get a bucket out of it.
Well, just like we talked about in the first half, when you extend that defense, what do you give up? You give up something deep if you can get to the ball. You give up something across the court. Raptors did a good job getting that trap in the corner, but Owls even better job getting it out, get that ball moving down the court.
Eve Weeks is back in for the Raptors, number 15. There's James from downtown. Tiana James, leading scorer for the Raptors for the season and for the game.
Not much you can do about that one. Just a great shot by James.
That's her 18th point of the game.
And when we talk about coaching, sometimes players get buckets, and that's a second deep three from James that she just was feeling it, put it in there. Look at this. I got a little space, You know what? I got this.
Gonzalez. Nice pass to Weeks. Short. Comes Schwartzman. Pushing it. Tries to take it all the way herself. And Williams is there to clean up on aisle 9.
Nice fill by Williams.
Weeks, no good. Gets the rebound. Out to James. She drives. Goes up in the tall timber. And Williams with the block. Williams leads the team with 4.2 blocks a game. She's had a couple already in this one.
Really good drive here. Nice step up. Just well-timed block.
Clean. Raptors still up by 22. 3 minutes and just over 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Weeks. Boykin. Tolson. Williams, no good. Rebound, Timmons. Off to James. Cross court to Weeks. Drive, pop, no good. Nice rebound. Ooh, went down hard. Timmons. Weeks, no good. Weeks again. Gonzalez from way outside, no good. Raptors with another rebound. James brings it back out, set it up.
Make them defend you. This is a long possession. They should get a layup out of this.
Gonzalez, no good. The Raptors didn't help their shooting percentage with that possession. Deep three, no good. Rebound, Weeks. Here comes James. Gonzalez from three. It's no good.
It shows you how dynamic this team is, though, Michael. So Lujan Gonzalez led the team with 30 points last game. 3 other 20-point scorers. So far, just 1 bucket tonight, but 53 points on the board for the Raptors through not quite 3 quarters yet.
Now, they have a pretty balanced stat sheet when you look down at a lot of help there from a lot of players.
Yeah, Tiana James, as you might suspect if you're watching this game, is the team's leading scorer, but a lot of players who chip in there.
And a couple of their key players are out with injury.
Beautiful give and go. Michael, that's what I've been waiting for. Once the ball is passed, is another player going to make that move for the ball? That's been open all night. The Raptors should be able to keep taking advantage of that.
Here comes Boykin leading the break. Gonzalez.
There we go.
Nice feed to Boykin. Timmons, no good, but she's fouled. So that'll put Tamyra Timmons on the line.
Look at that. Where's the next player with the ball? Get the ball, take a look. Even if that cut's covered, that really helps open up the offense for the whole team because the defense has to pay attention to those cuts. All of a sudden, those drives, those one-on-one plays are more open if your teammates are cutting hard like that.
Timmons, a 52% foul shooter, misses her first. Sophomore out of Westlake High School. No good. Missed them both.
Great hustle on the rebound, though.
Boykin. There's Gonzalez. Ooh. Fowler goes down hard.
Good take here.
Ooh.
Strong rebound.
Bethany Fowler. She is the daughter of a longtime Montgomery College employee. And a man who's a good friend of Tarla Gasquet. He told her a couple of years ago, he says, Tarla, I think I got one for you. And of course, it was his daughter.
Well, she is a good one. What's impressed me, Michael, is she's definitely got the height, but the athleticism, the chase down steal twice, and there's another one right there.
Very fast, too. She's got good speed.
The deflections that she has in the open court, finding the angles to get the rebound because she's not going to get body position on some of the bigger players in MD JUCO, but she's able to dart around and then sky for those rebounds.
And she's got long arms, too, which really help on the defensive end. And there's a steal.
Pitch it
Way
ahead.
to keep it alive. Here comes Fowler. Nice move, but missed it. Gonzalez tried the left hand, and she's fouled. So that'll put her, Izzy Gonzalez on the line. She's a 73% foul shooter.
And just a fatigue foul by PG, just giving up so many offensive rebounds. And Luan Gonzalez just so quick around everybody. You can see if they contested with their arms straight up, that's not a foul there.
And Raptors are 2 for 3 from the line. Check that. Gonzalez 2 for 3 from the line for the game. She's a freshman. So she'll be back next year, hopefully.
You can see the creative way that she plays the game.
There's a steal by Timmons. Timmons very impressive on the defensive end as well.
Michael, the Raptors just opportunistic. Every time you leave the ball out there, every time you have a lazy pass, there's an arm on it or a steal.
Ooh, Boykin just missed the wide open shot.
Got to go. Well, didn't have to go quite that fast. There's still 3 seconds on the clock.
3 seconds on the clock.
Will MC try to get the shot here?
There's a long pass. And that's the end of the quarter. So after 3 quarters of play, it's the Raptors comfortably on top, 59-31. We'll take a brief break, and then we'll be right back with the 4th quarter of our first game of the doubleheader. And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Michael Brown alongside Sean Kobrin. And we are just about set to get the 4th quarter underway. Raptors on top, 59-31. Leading scorer for the Raptors, no surprise, Tiana James with 20 points. She's also got 3 assists.
Just doing everything tonight, Michael. She had those drives early to loosen up the long shots. I believe 2 for 3 from outside. Just making buckets tonight. What impressed me, Michael, is the Owls scored the first 6 points of the half. They scored 10 points that whole quarter. So after that initial 6-0 run, it was 15-4 Raptors. In a quarter where they didn't play particularly well, they still won that quarter 15-10, and they have this comfortable lead in the game.
Yeah, they started out a little bit slowly. Also 3 steals for James. That's another big part of that story. The turnovers. Prince George's with 10 in the third quarter alone.
Too many, and really, as they got comfortable, the Raptors started that full court press, forced a couple turnovers and a missed shot.
Yeah, that kind of it seems weird to say it in a game where the Raptors have led comfortably most of the way, but that switch to the full court press in the third quarter really kind of certainly changed the intensity for the Raptors.
Absolutely, and credit to PG. You can see the heart and the desire in them that they are trying to stay in this game. So just when they get comfortable with what they're doing offensively, the Raptors flip the switch on them, force them into a couple turnovers, into some tempo turnovers that are unforced, but make you make decisions a little bit too quickly. And then they get back to their defense, as they saw. They finished the quarter with those deflections, those easy steals.
Long one for Schwartzman, no good. Battle for the board.
It doesn't help that it's not Schwartzman night. A lot of misses for her tonight on some pretty decent shots, especially when she's pressing. You know that she's going to have to carry the offensive load tonight, and so far just not able to put it in the basket.
And she came into this game shooting 43% from 3.
Right, so we talked about early shots in the offense. When you're down this much, any open 3 from a good three-point shooter, that's good offense because you do need a lot of baskets in volume.
Ellerby. And she just kind of plowed her way through a whole wall of people there.
We're just trying to do a little bit too much from Janiah Williams, trying to set the screen, realized it was a moving screen, saw the drive going, and then eventually just sort of hedged on her own player and turned it into a travel.
Gonzalez lost the handle. Here comes Schwartzman. From 3, oh, boy, that was almost an air ball. She's just not on target tonight.
No, pressing a little bit, fatigued. Be careful that's not an intentional foul right there. Just grab down with both arms.
And there's a foul by Williams, maybe 2 fouls.
Yeah, right at the end there. That's kind of bordering on dangerous there.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want the player getting the layup, so I respect the hard foul, but rake her across the arms. Don't throw a player down.
Yeah, Schwartzman we were talking about her woes from 3. She is just 2 for 11 tonight from 3. So she has struggled. The Raptors have made her night a bit miserable.
And both those threes in the first half, too.
Right.
But you know what it is? Tired legs, right? She's trying to get a touch. She's working to get the ball. And right now she's out of the game.
Timmons, nice drive. Comes out of it. May have twisted her ankle. Yeah. Looks like she turned her ankle. And
let's see it right here on the drive. Really good, strong take.
Looked like she maybe took off funny. Couldn't see her how she landed.
Yeah, it looks like she's on the bench just kind of flexing the ankle to the side. What's nice is she was able to kind of skip off. So, you know, a little tweak, maybe a low-level sprain, but you'd see at this point probably nothing that would be a serious injury. But we might not see her in this game with the margin that we have here. Trainer came over with the magic spray, always a good sign. Nothing more intensive than that than a little bit of numbing action.
So the Raptors in control. We're in the fourth quarter. Raptors up by 31.
And here's Schwartzman back on the court, getting that early rest. She's played nearly every minute tonight.
Yeah, once again, the Raptors with definitely a deeper bench, quicker team, better shooters. But a nice job there by
good
Prince
fill there by
George's.
Carey. Yep. That deep pass to the opposite post. That's the one thing that's been open when the Raptors don't rotate back with urgency. And the Owls, to their credit, found it a few times.
Gonzalez missed the three, and now Prince George is back at the other end. Jumper, long. James with the rebound. She slows it down, cross court to Moore for three.
What a good unselfish play.
Because James definitely could have taken that shot.
James is feeling it, had the defender measured up, could have taken a good 12-foot shot. Instead, takes a few more seconds off the court, kind of does the okey-doke as if, oh, we're going to run a possession here. Has a deep swing pass to her teammate, gets more a good rhythm shot like we talked about. When you can catch that ball cross-court or it's kicked back to you, it's just the angle that you're catching the pass. You can see the basket a lot clearer. It's the way that you practice, right? The manager, your teammate kicks the ball out to you. When you face the basket, your feet are set, and you get that pass. It's just you can feel it. It's that rhythm and art of basketball that those shots go in a lot more.
Makes her first. %60 from the foul line. And here comes Schwartzman again.
So in for PG is Sonia Chofang, who only played the last 2 minutes of the first half. I really like the look that she gave the team out there. Got a little bit more height.
And Schwartzman hits a three.
And when she was in the game, they went 2-3. We'll see if they still play man or if that was just a look at the end of the half. Still in man, so it's just a variation. Now check that. It is a 2-3 zone.
James, no good. Rebound. Ahead to Schwartzman. Jones, fouled hard. Hit the floor hard. Foul on Bethany Fowler.
Good offense by the Owls. Pump fake, get it to the basket, draw that contact. Gets the line. See if you can get 2 points with the clock stopped. Now here's a great sign, Michael. Look who's checking back into the game.
Ah, that is good to see. Tamira Timmons.
She's the one who went down a couple minutes ago with that awkward shot.
She tweaked her ankle a little bit just a couple minutes ago. Looks like and she's right back in there and looks like she's moving great. Good look at her. Might have been a cramp, perhaps.
Could be.
Maybe she just a little twist and, again, got a timeout on the floor. It could have been that magic spray.
It could have been. So Coach Gasquet going for a full timeout here. Still has primary players on the floor, starters and rotation players. You have a feeling that she wants to see something here, right? This is a game that, again, funny to say in a game that you're up 26, but if they were executing, the margin would be even higher right now. So I think maybe she wants to see something special out of her team for the next couple minutes. And then maybe you think about getting a couple minutes to some of your players that haven't played yet.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think she's looking for something. Probably hasn't seen it the entire second half. So, yeah, PG is winning this quarter at the moment, 8-6. They got a good start and you know, PG got a good start in the third quarter as well.
Right.
So it could be that Tarla is looking for something.
And that early basket by Schwartzman really helped settle things. She got the basket, and then she got the ball moving on offense because, well scouted game, you know that she's the best player. She hit the three. That just draws everybody to you the next possession.
So other than Eve Weeks, all the Raptors starters are still out there. Gonzalez has taken a seat.
So here's that off-ball screen.
Moore. And that's a foul. Non-shooting foul.
I'd like to see Weeks was starting to cut to that ball on the delay to give another option for the pass. See if the Raptors can keep that going. It's not just the two-person game. It's what's that weak side person doing?
Boykin from the elbow, no good. Rebound to Chofong. But a turnover. So
just
the
a little bit
Raptors
too easy there. Held the ball out. The Raptors, like I said, opportunistic. A ball is sitting in front of you. They're going to get the jump ball. They're going to get a deflection.
Moore out to Weeks. Weeks with a drive, kicks it out to Moore. She drives, kicks it to Fowler. No good. I'm sorry, Boykin. There's a three. Nothing. And that'll be Raptors ball.
Michael, we're in the thick of the NFL playoffs, and there's always that team every year. I bet we'll see it this weekend that gets a key fumble, and then the announcers talk about, wow, they're really drilled on tackling the ball, right? You hear that as a special skill. That's what these Raptors are. They're really well drilled on using their hands to find that ball when it's placed at chest level. If there's a sloppy dribble, if there's a pass that's not thrown precisely, if there's a rebound that's just brought down to chest level, they're going to get their hands on it. They're going to get a jump ball. They're going to get a deflection.
They're going to tie them up. They're going to do something.
Right.
They're going to get their hands on it.
Look at that little defensive slide right there by Timmons. Just force the turnover there, just by a little bluff of I'm going to jump to this side and make you go left.
30 turnovers now for Prince George's. That is a big part of tonight's story.
Right, and it's all those little extra effort play. Check that was Boykin on the defensive slide there. Just bluff to her left to make the player go left, and then instead it goes off her foot out of bounds.
Moore. And turnover Raptors.
When you do those things, Michael, you're forcing the offense to become playmakers, especially from 30 feet out on the floor. You're not, crowding them from 30 feet out where they can run right by you. Look at that right there. That's I thought that was a charge as well. Looked like the ground was held pretty well.
I thought she had position, but they called it on Timmons.
Ground set, defensive slide, and just retreating right there with the elbow extended. Refs have done a great job tonight. We saw that one differently, but I think I'll leave them to do their job of officiating the game. We'll just talk about it some more. We got the easier job for sure, Michael.
There's a good look at the Raptors huddle. Head coach Tarla Gasquet. She's in her 17th season as head coach. She's been at the college since 2000. She started out as the assistant for the women's program, and then took over the full-time job as head coach in 2006.
And Michael, early on, this is looking at as one of her better teams that she's been here. She's been to the national tournament a couple times, won some regions, won some Maryland JUCOs, and Yeah, if this result holds up, which I think is pretty probable at this point in the game, they start off the season undefeated in Maryland JUCO. The only losses they have been to some of the top teams in the country in a tournament in Florida. So that's great experience for the neutral site and even kind of a visiting site, if you will, because they were playing local colleges in Florida. Besides that, they've just been running teams. So how do you improve on those little things we talked about tonight? How do you keep the intensity? How do you stay going 9 deep with that consistency? I think that those are the keys for it.
Watching Bethany Fowler walk up the court, it looks like her back is bothering her. A little bit bent over, and she was grabbing it. It's hopefully nothing serious. Maybe caught an elbow.
A little bit of frustration here for the Owls that just held a player on the screen action. I'm going to jinx it since the Raptors are so up-tempo, but it definitely looks like they're just in the mode of using some clock. I totally jinxed it. Good strong take there by Boykin, just didn't get it to finish.
And Sean, I know we've still got about close to 4 minutes to go in the game, but we need to start thinking about who our player of the game is. And we'll rely on our statistician team here to guide us.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if she's the player of the game, but I really love the same thing, the little bluff by Denasia Moore on the trap on the last possession. Just had that quick defensive slide to one side, forced that turnover by PG. There's that defense to offense, fill in the lane.
Foul on the floor. So the Raptors look like they're going to improve their record tonight to 12-4. But they still have most of their starters out there, which is interesting. Gonzalez drives and scores.
There. I think that's the first clean look that she's had all night that she's been able to finish.
Yeah, they have been on her, and she's driven into a lot of traffic.
I like the officiating here, Michael, that this is the time of game where players get fatigued, gets a little bit chippy. That was clearly a foul, and even though we're getting close to get out of here mode, this is where you call a couple of those, it keeps the game under control late. And we get to see the unusual shooting form here
of Williams.
Yep.
Made the first, missed the second.
Right on schedule, still making 50%.
And the Raptors will bring it up. Eve Weeks and Izzy Gonzalez. Over to Moore from 3, no good. Nice save there by Boykin. To Weeks, no good. Boykin
there
with
it
the tie up.
You bring your rebound down, you're going to get tied up, Michael.
They brought it down to waist level and immediately got tied up. Possession arrow, however, for Prince George's.
That is just so impressive. It's every time, Michael. That's so tenacious, so nonstop.
And boy, it really discombobulates the other team. I mean, Prince George's has rarely found a rhythm tonight.
Yeah, just those extra possessions that you don't get because you just couldn't take care of the ball, and the team pounces on it. in the course of a lot of games, you get away with some of those. They got away with almost none of those tonight.
Eve Weeks checking out.
Sarah LaPierre getting
Sarah
her first
LaPierre
action
in. This is her first action. Sarah's a freshman out of Reservoir High School. So don't go anywhere after this one, folks. 20 minutes after this game ends, we've got another one. We've got the second half of our doubleheader. The MC Raptors men's team taking on the PG Owls.
Michael, I'm really looking forward to that. We knew this was a rivalry game, and anything happens in a rivalry game, but this is about what we expected the margin to be. This MC team is just outstanding this year, and the Owls team good, but not up for the fight today. I think the men's matchup is going to be that's a rivalry game against two teams that are a really good matchup, and both coming into the game with really good records, good wins between both of them. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be fun to watch and talk about.
It's going to be super intense, I guarantee that. I've covered many of the PG MC games over the years, and no matter the record, it's a cliche, but seriously, you can throw the record out the window. It's going to be intense.
And a little bit more juice since both teams are in the near the top of the Maryland JUCO standings, both having postseason aspirations. Look at that. Bring the ball down. You're going to pay. With 2 minutes left in the game, you didn't have to dive on the floor.
No.
But you're that type of player who's going to dive on the floor. You're the type of team that's going to dive on the floor.
Gonzalez from up top of the arc. Buried that three. Izzy Gonzalez. And slapped it out of bounds.
It's like clockwork, Michael.
Again, you don't play. You don't get a lot of minutes for Tarla Gasquet if you don't play defense.
And it's really impressive to watch.
Oh, nice drive there.
Good drive there, but and maybe the help defense a little bit slow, but the intensity the last 3 minutes has been just as much as the first 37.
Moore with a nice crossover.
Nice to see Denasia Moore get rewarded with a couple hoops late in the game. She's defended so well today.
Got her hand on the ball there.
A little late game cramp.
Yeah. Number 20, Alicia Jones, must have had a little bit of a cramp in her calf.
Yeah, you got to give it up to PG, who has not gone very deep this game. And they never quite got in the game. They had that one run to start the second half, but they've competed, they've battled the whole time. And they've kept the margin in a competitive situation.
Yeah, the Raptors jumped out to a quick 10-point lead, 10-0, and really haven't looked back.
Right, and a 19-point game at half. You lose the first half by 19, lose the second half by 11. That's progress.
Yeah. Gonzalez. And they're going to call a foul on LaPierre, moving screen.
Just got to be set, something LaPierre will work on there. And really that's the chemistry of both players, right? If your player is resetting the screen, pull it back for a second, let her get reset.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this effort. Basically the last possession of the game. Look at LaPierre closing out on the shooter.
20 seconds to go in the ball game. LaPierre with the bucket.
Great recognition, knowing that you have a teammate who doesn't get in the game a lot. Let's get her a bucket.
And you can see the team celebrate that moment as the Raptors roll to the victory. 78-45 over the Prince George's Community College Owls. Raptors led from start to finish. And Sean, let's talk about who you think our player of the game should be.
Well, I think we have to talk about the defense of the game, right? The team defense was outstanding, especially Denasia Moore and Tamira Timmons. But there was one player who was getting baskets when the offense was tough tonight, and that's Tiana James. Just did it inside, did it outside. Had those couple deep threes where she was doing the heat check. And early on, the Raptors had those steal and scores, but in the half-court offense, she was the one. Look, defense isn't really ready to play me. I'm feeling it. Let me get that one.
Yeah, let me sink that one.
Yep. And she had the baskets early before that, where the defense was backed off of her by a little bit, but flat-footed, and she took it right to the basket, put it in there, got some easy baskets for the Raptors, and made everything else easier. They're getting the steals and scores, and then James is getting those baskets in the half court. That's when they were in that unstoppable stretch that more or less put the game away outside of a big run by PG early.
Yeah, the Raptors, once again, they led right from the start, never looked back. They were up 26-7 after the first quarter. 44-21 at the half. PG played better in the second half, no question about it, but the Raptors were never really threatened.
Can't really say enough about that intense defense. Relentless. Just put that ball on the floor a little bit too far from your body, it's going to get deflected. Lazy pass going to get deflected. Rebound that you're not boxing me out, I'm going to get a hand on it all game, and that is really tough to contest with. And the Raptors showed it tonight, just blowing the other team out. If you're not going to match their effort, they're going to run you off that floor.
And the proof's in the pudding. With a minute to go, they're still diving on the floor after loose balls, knocking the ball away. So, yes, Tiana James is our player of the game for her offense, but also for her defense. But it was a team defensive effort tonight.
Absolutely.
And once again, the Raptors come out on top, 78-45. They improved now to 12-4 on the season. And don't go anywhere, folks, because just about 20 minutes from now, we're going to be back with the men's half of our doubleheader. The Raptors facing the Owls in Game 2. You're watching Raptors basketball on MCTV.